And now I want to share with you a story about a dream of freedom that did come true. This story goes back to 1984 in Springfield, Massachusetts. A woman named Penny Anderson was murdered in her apartment. In the initial days, the police had no suspects, and pressure was mounting to get answers. Edward Wright quickly became an easy target. He was Penny Anderson's friend and the last person seen with her. And from the beginning, he told anyone who would listen that he was innocent. But the presumption of innocence only goes so far. Even though he was convicted of nothing, Eddie was forced to build his defense from a jail cell. And when he went to trial, the Commonwealth's witnesses did not stick to the script, but the prosecutors threatened them so they would comply. Eddie testified about what happened that night. He never hid the fact that he was friends with Miss Anderson and spent time with her, but he did not kill her. Nevertheless, a jury convicted him and sentenced him to prison for the rest of his life. But that's not where the story ends. Eddie relentlessly fought this injustice for himself, his family, and for the truth. Unfortunately, when someone is convicted, the system is designed to uphold that verdict at all costs. So there are tremendous obstacles to overturning even one conviction. In fact, most exonerees are turned away many times before a court is ever willing to listen. Eddie tried to overturn his conviction 5 times over 30 years. Even with significant evidence of innocence, the courts chose finality over justice. He then wrote to the New England Innocence Project. Stephanie Hartung, then a law professor, but now a senior staff attorney at the New England Innocence Project, began looking into Eddie's case. After her first visit to the prison, he had this to say to her: "Dear Professor Hartung, I cannot adequately put into words the hope you've given me just knowing that you and the New England Innocence Project are willing to go over my case from beginning to end." That's when Stephanie joined Eddie's journey to freedom. Soon after, I became a staff attorney at the New England Innocence Project, and I was responsible for overseeing the DNA testing in the case. The initial quote for that testing was $22,160. That was in 2017, when the New England Innocence Project was struggling financially and could not afford to pay that amount. Eddie knew this testing was crucial to proving his innocence, and he offered to pay for the testing himself with money he had received in a civil judgment for abuses that he had suffered in prison. Thanks to the support of this community and proceeds from events like tonight's, this remains the only time in the organization's history that a client ever had to pay for their own testing. The DNA testing supported what Eddie had always said. His DNA was not on any items connected to the murder, and another man's was. Stephanie and I knew then that we were going to make a 6th attempt to overturn Eddie's wrongful conviction. But to pursue Eddie's dreams of freedom, we needed to assemble a dream team. We brought on Isaac Seidel-Goli, now at Quinn Emanuel, and Nigel Tampton, counsel at Skadden. We formed a great partnership centered by an intense work ethic with a singular focus on getting Eddie freed and exonerated. But we were not the only ones. Making dreams of freedom possible takes a community of passionate people. And I'm now going to ask all of those who worked on Eddie's case who are here tonight to come up on stage with me. takes all of us. The people up on stage here, those who supported Eddie over so many decades, including his incredible wife, Mimi, and this community who has allowed this organization to thrive. And now that I have more of the dream team here with me, I want to tell you all the rest of the story. On International Wrongful Conviction Day, October 2nd, 2023, the team filed Eddie's 6th motion for new trial. In addition to the DNA results, there was so much other evidence of Eddie's innocence, including the fact that another man had confessed to the crime twice. But that's not all. We had also uncovered that the prosecution had hidden evidence from Eddie for all this time and that a police officer had lied to the jury during the trial. With all of the evidence demonstrating that Eddie was wrongfully convicted, the prosecution had an opportunity to join us in correcting the injustice, but they chose instead to keep pushing a false narrative. After contested litigation that spanned about a year and a half, we got the decision that Eddie had been dreaming of for 4 decades. The judge found that because of official misconduct, including the prosecution hiding significant evidence for nearly 4 decades, and a detective blatantly lying to the jury, Eddie's wrongful conviction could not stand. We actually hardly had an opportunity to read the decision before we jumped in a car and headed to MCI Norfolk. And here we are, outside the prison, brimming with excitement, before telling Eddie the incredible news. That night, we sat in the same small visiting room at MCI Norfolk, and we talked to Eddie in earnest this time about his dreams of freedom. It felt overwhelming that after so long, there would soon be a new reality and new possibilities. There was hope, even joy. Eddie told us that he would go back to his cell that night, put on some music, and dance. It would take 2 months more for Eddie's reality to actually change. The prosecution fought us at every step. But thanks to the incredible support of this community, generous folks right here in this room, because of the tenacity of this dream team, starting with Eddie himself, on July 31st, 2025, Eddie finally walked out of the same courthouse where he was wrongfully convicted in 1984 and into the arms of his wife and so many supporters. And on August 21st, Eddie Wright was finally fully exonerated when all the charges against him were dropped. Please enjoy these photos of Eddie living his dreams of freedom while we welcome him to the stage for the first time as an exoneree with his wife, Mimi Olivier. From this entire team. Oh my God. This has been a dream of his. Seriously, a freedom dream is picking up Nigel. Yes. Eddie, from this entire team, we want to tell you, although he never listens to me. Eddie, we want to tell you what an honor it is to represent you, to know you, to have been part of your life, part of your journey, to be your friends. Our lives are forever changed because of you, because of your thoughtfulness and your brilliance. And we love you very much, and we're so happy that you're home. Do you want to say a few words? Mike's yours.
Thank you. I usually don't talk much, but I say this. The team that I had working for me, if I didn't have that team, I wouldn't be here. They were the most amazing people I've ever met. The team pulled together, they fought hard for me. Even when things seemed that they weren't going right, they dug in, they didn't give up, they fought. I mean, they fought for me. Sometimes, you know, it was rough, but we stayed, they kept fighting, and I am where I am. I hope that this team that I have, that they're able to come together again and work for somebody else and get somebody else out. There was a famous case, which everybody knows, the O.J. trial with Johnny Cochran. They called them the Dream Team. No, that's the Dream Team. That's the real Dream Team. One of the things everybody asked me since I've been out is, what do you feel? And I tell everybody the same thing. I'm not good with expressing my feelings to people. I'm just not that way. But I tell you this, every moment that I've been out on this side of the wall, whether I'm outside sitting there under trees, whether I'm walking down the street, whether I'm in the store shopping, whether I'm sitting in a car, whether I'm talking to someone on the telephone, I enjoy it. I'm living the dream, you know, because I'm on this side of the wall, I'm free. I lost a lot of time, I lost a lot of people. But I'm here. And I hope you guys really, really, you know, see this for what it is and help. You know, the team, they need money to help them do what they do. And I hope people give. I hope people understand that this doesn't happen without you guys. If they don't have your support, we don't be here. Thank you.